Warning, this show has outdated attitudes, language, and views which may cause offense today. If you don't like it, suck it.
This video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Guess who, everybody? It's your favorite Mexican Ironman. And very shortly, we're going to have the hero himself, the man of the honor. We got a great show for you today. What a week it has been. What a week it's been. Started off with a nasty gram and a warning gram from the Google alphabet people saying that they were going to restrict the channel and take us backwards in time and backwards into the Middle Ages. But lo and for ho, our allies did join around Valhalla, and they did answer the call to our hero Loki, and they did most certainly come to our aid and get us over the 1,000 subscriber mark. We got one heck of a show today. Hopefully it'll go off as planned. I got my little I made some notes here with my with my Sharpie. I didn't have any paper, so I'm doing this on a flour tortilla. So hopefully the flour tortilla, doesn't get moist or anything, but it's all we got. It's all we got in Valhalla. Times are tough. Well, summer is over. The fall is upon us. The fall is upon us indeed. Yes, we are in September, fully in September, ladies and gentlemen, and it's time for us as a community. We're going to hear about this a little bit later from Loki, but we're going to have a party, and we're going to have some planning, and we're going to all as a team get together and think about what we're going to do from now to the rest of the year. It has been fantastic. Without further ado, let me have you help me put a number one in the chat, put some fire in the chat, and help me welcome our leader, the demigod himself, the real guardian of Asgard and the hero of Valhalla, Stone Loki. Woo!
Oh, hello, Mexican Iron Man.
What?
Yeah, it's Lars. Yes, thank you so much for the intro, yeah.
What are you doing here? Lars, dude, I told you and Chopper Dan, I know your employment benefits ran out with the whole thing with Trump August 31st. I've been telling Loki to get with you and Dan, and we're going to work out something to bring you back in and get you on payroll. But Lars, bro, you can't keep knocking on the door like every 15 seconds, bro.
Oh, well, Loki had to go to the bathroom, so I just took over, yeah. I locked him out.
Okay, all right, Lars. You sound a little sad. Are you sad? You don't sound like yourself.
I'm fine, Mexican Iron Man. Oh, you look so tense. Sven, darling, Sven. Rub Mexican Iron Man's shoulders. Little circles, Sven. Little circles. Nine, Sven. Nine. Too hard, Sven.
Sven, that's too low. That's too low. Don't
hold you. Little circles, yeah. Massage, yes.
Okay. Maybe just right there. Just right here.
Oh, Mexican Iron
Man. Sven, don't
Man.
touch me there. Off limits. No, that's the no zone, Sven. No zone.
I'm getting a call. Yes, it's Chopper Dan. Hello, everybody. It's me, Chopper Dan. How are you all doing? It is good to be back, Loki. I am headed back from the island. It was a wonderful experience being away from all this beer bug. Cannot wait to get back in the studio with you, Loki. Good to see everybody again. Tell Mexican Iron Man he still owes me $20. What did I tell you about coming in the studio without permission? Oh, Loki, fuck you, Loki. Get out of here. Go play with Sven. Go. Shoot. Oh my God.
Boss, we got to do something about their employment thing. You know, the Democrats didn't do nothing, and so the deal in Congress is stuck. And
Was
you know,
that Chopper Dan?
yeah, that was yeah. He's on his way back, bro. So, I'll go. Let me go find that kid, that Brown Lantern kid, and let me see. I'll get the helicopter pad cleaned out. You know, because we got special guests today. So, don't worry. I'll make sure Chopper Dan doesn't screw them. Dude, but they're on me. We got to work out something for those guys because they, they're on unemployment. You know.
I don't know if I want to let him back in the studio. Chopper Dan's all right. But damn, Lars and Sven.
I mean, I'm not going to say I'm going to go to HR and fill out any paperwork because, I mean, it's not that it didn't feel good, but he kind of was in my nether regions. You know what I mean?
He did what?
Never mind. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Mexican Ironman, show us on the dolly where Sven touched you.
I can't. It doesn't go far enough down. On the dollar bill, I can't because it stops right here. It stops right here at the belly button. See, I need a here. Let me draw a picture on the tortilla here. Let me flip the tortilla over here, and I can make a little stick figure. You know, here. See the arrow right there.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I don't know why we have back guests. Of the knee. I don't know why he aimed for the back of the knee, but that's where he hit me. He got me on the back of the knee.
I don't want to know. The Iron Thong is anti-Sven. Thank you, Adega Outlaw.
Most certainly it is. Yeah. Yeah, most certainly it is. Yes, thank you, Adega. Okay, all right. Well, we got a little misguided. I started to close the door, Chief, but sorry, but I'll be better with the security systems next time. Okay.
Yeah, don't let them two in the studio because you'll never get them out.
Yeah, they talk too much like me. All right, well, let's get back to the good stuff. Congratulations, boss. Everybody, let's give the boss some fire and some of the ones. He's here now. We're all very proud of you. And, and how do you feel now that the week's gone by? A week that started with a nasty gram from Google warning that we were going to get demonetized and kicked off. And then you turned it all around.
It has been one hell of a week. And I could not have done that without the extraordinary help from Gary and Az. Absolutely great guys. Really, really just shouted me out and they pulled us out of the fire. That's what they did.
We got a lot of people here. We already got 20 people. You want to give them a shout out?
Yes. Good morning, Purple Valkyrie and Samantha Joe. The Valkyries are here. Good morning, Dan, Yodam, Darkstar, Adega Outlaw, Psycho Dorp 9, Keely Chow, Roll Tide, Keely, Lori Roberts, the Destructor is here, ladies and gentlemen. Captain Shrek, no one talks as much as Mexican Ironman. Gun Bunny, Chris Persia, not Ryan Johnson. Love Rihanna Creel. Good morning, Love Rihanna Creel. Jedi Bill 797, and where Jedi Bill is, Nina Green is not far behind. Dave Bob, good morning. Good morning, everyone in chat. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope you are doing well and you are ready for the weekend. Speaker for the Dead, good morning, Brian Collin, P. Smith. We had a great stream about the end of World War II yesterday, the final days of the war. Great 7 Kinds of Mischief stream last night. If you missed it, go back and check it out because we were rocking and rolling. Darth Monkey O'Rath, good morning. So, what do we have on the agenda today, Mexican Ironman?
I thought we'd go ahead and first announce that tomorrow, I saw the thing on Patreon, so tomorrow you're going to be hosting a little online celebration, so let's let the folks know about that.
Yeah, we are going to have a private party in the halls of Valhalla at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time for the Patreon members. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have kicked ass and taken names. Thank you so very much for the support. And a $2 super chat from Bird of Prey 5 who says, woot, super chat. And you know what that means, Mexican Ironman.
3, 2, 1.
Score!
There it is! Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Thank you so very much, Bird of Prey. Kapla, brother. Kapla.
Smash the like button. We're trying to get to 50, at least 50, maybe 75 by the time the show's over. All right, so that'll be a lot of fun tomorrow. That sounds really exciting. And how are you feeling? Like, when you look at the week, it's been up and down. Did you even sleep last night?
No, I didn't sleep at all last night. I was so excited about this stream. I was up all night on pins and needles. I tell you what, I am so excited about the future of Valhalla. Thank you all so very much for all the support, this hitting that subscribe button and ringing that bell. You guys make Valhalla what it is. Thank you.
I encourage everybody, whether you're able to attend tomorrow or not, take some time this weekend and reach out to Loki on Twitter, send him a message or call him, whatever, and let him know what are the things you really liked about the community, you liked about the channel this last year, and what are some of the things that you hope happen, going forward. What are the things maybe we need to get rid of, or the things you really want to see, because he built this for us. I mean, it's not about he never he didn't build a channel to go out and be a demigod. He built this channel for us. So I think it would be really great if you could give him as much direct feedback as possible in terms of like what you guys would like to see come out of this thing, from now till the end of December.
And Josh says, I'm not on Twitter and you can't make me. If you're not on Twitter, get a hold of me on Discord. You probably know how if you're on our Discord server. If you cannot get a hold of me that way, hit me up at stone_Loki@hotmail.com.
Or if tie a note on a raven, it'll go a little, Game of Thrones style, however we need to do it. Put a note on a pigeon, whatever.
And MB Geek Talk says, Loki, open question for all those who do not know, where did Skull come from? Skull is the Scandinavian way, the Viking way of saying cheers. So raise your horns high, click them hard. Cheers.
Woo, cheers. All right, great. Well, we've got a special guest this morning, someone who achieved something recently, a member of our community, and super duper 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 proud of her. We're bringing her on as to congratulate her on hitting 1,000 subs and talk about her unique place in the Fandom Minutes. One of our own, super proud of it, and we really want to emphasize what an amazing thing that she's done. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Lady Gravemaster.
Good morning.
Lady Gravemaster.
Hi.
How are you doing this morning?
I am alive, which is quite the feat in 2020. So
yes.
How are you?
We are doing good. I was just saying the other day we need to cancel 2020. Or at the very end, we need to have giant live streams on every channel and we all give 2020 the finger.
That would be good, I think. I need to, what I'm trying to do.
And Speaker for the Dead with a $4.99 super chat. Boom, super chats. All hail Loki and Valhalla. Thank you so very much, Speaker for the Dead. And we're gonna hit you with a skull, brother. Skull.
There it is. It's you. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
I love it.
Good morning,
so
chat.
much.
That's a great way to start the day.
So
and Frankie Ramon has sent me thanks. Thank you so much, Frankie Ramon.
Welcome, Frankie.
Hi,
Oh,
Frankie.
we got another one. Psycho Dwarf 9 for $5.
Psycho Dwarf 9 for $5. Coffees at work. Beer later. Hell yes, Psycho Dwarf 9. And score.
There it is. It's you. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
Thank you so much, Psycho Dwarf 9. And Colin P. Smith, you are so right. Silver linings, though, 2020 brought many of us together. Indeed, it did.
Indeed, it did. Indeed, it did. And made relationships stronger. And, we saw some amazing things. Lady Gravemaster, I first got to know you when, the Disney stuff and, you had your pencil to the ledger and,
Yep.
we both were nerding out over financial numbers. And let's everybody get a 1 in the chat. She just hit a 1,000 subs this week. Congratulations on 1,000 subs.
It's unbelievable and incredible. I my one video I never expected to get. I certainly didn't expect 5,000 views on my first video. I was hoping optimistically for, like I said, 100, maybe. Hello, Lorena Creole. But I know I'm glad he's got super chat now too.
I was one of the first, I think, to see the video when it popped up. When you did it, and I shared it on Twitter. It was passionate. It was informative. It was amazing. I knew you would get a lot of views, and that's got to be a miracle too, because you've only got one video on your
I
channel.
know.
I mean, you've got one video. That's it. And
I think I think the cuties wave, because so many people are they're done. Like, if another silver lining for 2020, it has woken the normies up. Like, they are seeing what we have all been talking about for years at this point. And they genuinely are like, oh my god. And the fact that Netflix is taking the heat, and everybody's putting the blame on Netflix for the poster art. That's going to be their scapegoat. Is just pathetic. It truly is, and everybody can see through that. And so I think I just hit that cuties wave at the right point, because people were wondering what this was. People were wondering, because they don't want to go look at the trailer themselves, but they also are like, well, exactly.
And,
So
and you're really inspired. And MB Geeks, let's talk for $5.
Damn, man, I get to send you a super chat. Thank you so much, MB Geeks. Let's talk. Thank you, Jesse. And score!
There it is. It's beautiful. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And so I thought it was interesting, because I know there were a lot of videos that you kept talking that you were gonna do, and then you did that one. And I was online at the time. I saw it pop up, and I'm like, "Cutie's moving," and I immediately watched it. I got so incensed. I called Loki. I think, right, Loki. Then I like wake you. You were doing the show, I think, and I barged in on you and I think Captain Track right after I saw her video.
Yep.
And so I think you set a new a YouTube record, because you only have one video. That video, however, got 5,000 views. So you instantly, off one video, you racked up major view hours, right?
yes.
And you hit 1,000 subs.
Yeah, it was.
Have you got your monetization letter yet or not?
No monetization. Not even close. I definitely don't have the hours. But my next video is rendering. I'm not sure exactly how this one's going to do, because it's pop culture, but it's not anything that is hot news, I guess, is how I can word that. Basically, what this is going to be on is we've seen this trend and people have talked about it, but I don't think they realize how bad it has gotten. So do you remember the 90s, where there was this balance? You had Princess Jasmine and Aladdin. You had Belle and you had Beast. You had Prince Eric and you had Ariel. And they, there was this balance. There were men that boys could look up to, and there were there were women that girls could look up to. And, the princesses were beautiful, but they were also tenacious, and the princes were handsome, but they were also resourceful, so they had this nice balance. But nowadays you don't have that, and that's really a big part of, I believe, the decline, as it were, in our pop culture. And good morning, 24/7 Fusion Media. And then so there's just this like decline. And I was looking, there's nothing for boys nowadays. And everything that is for boys is either being taken over by girls, or it's this whole like push that boys can wear dresses too, and boys can be princesses. And if your son wants to put on a dress, I get it. That's fine. It's your child. You do you. My daughter wanted to be an airplane the other day. So kids go through these moods, but I think to push that on young boys and not have any masculine figure for them is what's leading to this massive anti-masculinity movement in Hollywood. Like, even it's affected James Bond, it's affected Thor, all of these things. So that's sort of what my next movie is about, where boys to men, boys have nowhere to go.
Right.
But I don't know that that'll get a lot of views, because it's, like I said, it's more of an ongoing issue, and I think people are aware that it's happening, but they're sort of just downplaying it.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be those that they're what it's called, news or trigger events that we got to respond to, and those that are generally affecting us that we also have to respond to. And this morning on Cloudfix TV, I saw that they were covering the fact that a lot of some of the Disney staff is actually homeless and living underneath some of the overpasses near Disney,
Yeah.
and Disney, in all their generosity, set up some giveaway food, like little shitty tables, next to the overpasses.
Yep.
Meanwhile, the execs at Disney got back all their bonuses that they put on the side earlier this year. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah,
Isn't that awful?
I'm monitoring. So I'm watching the Disney situation because the if two, like, between what John Boyega has said, calling out Star Wars, what has been happening behind the scenes at Marvel, and now this news about their employees, I think if one more thing breaks, I don't see the Disney dam holding up. I really don't. Like, you can only paint over things so much before people realize that it's, freaking, it's Golden Dancer, basically.
Yep. I know with my kid, I've got he's going to be 7 soon. I limit a lot of his media stuff. Most of it is stuff that develops his mind and games and homework and stuff like that. And I maximize his interaction as much as I can. He does baseball and hangs out with other guys, and it's all you can do. You got to handle it. You got to handle it however you can. But it is important because as human beings, we emulate what we see. And I just it was really important for us to have you on here because we, despite what they say about us being misogynistic and against women, we love to celebrate that the fact that this video got 5,000 views and that you got 1,000 subs. This is an outstanding achievement for any man or woman, and the fact that you've done it and you've got a family. I mean, we know you have you have 2 or 3 kids. You take care of your husband. You got a full-time job. That you handle, and I mean, you got a pretty full plate, and for you to still dedicate the fandom, on these important issues, your time and your analytical brain is amazing. And there's another achievement that you've had that we're also very proud of you, which not a lot of people not necessarily know, which is that you started volunteering and helping Gary behind the scenes. I know because I was a patron of his, like you were, and you're now executive producer for his Friday night show.
Yes.
And you are now the executive producer. He's actually giving you the title of executive producer of the Friday night show, which includes Jeremy and everybody. Az is on that and all that stuff. So that's huge too. I mean, for him to recognize you and so quickly, because he only got to know you this year.
Yeah.
And that shows how much trust you've earned. And I've seen some of the stuff you put together for him behind the scenes so that he can save time and keep the shows going, and you really kept him on the air. And I know that because I'm behind the scenes like you are with him, and and it's great. I'm just so proud of you. How's that felt now being his executive producer?
It's a lot of fun and quite a bit of stress. It's sort of like herding cats, especially because Jeremy no longer has a Twitter, and that's the easiest way for all of us because of time zones. It's the easiest thing to do to let everybody kind of know where we're at or something that's going to be happening. And then Jeremy went and got himself kicked off Twitter. So that's been a fun challenge, but really it's been really great getting to know all of the guys and set them up for success and make sure that the fandom and the fans and everybody who watches FNT is set up for success for that night, because we want you to come, and just like Loki wants you to come here and enjoy and have that escapism and hit the things that you care about, not these talking points that have been approved by the mainstream media or by the shills or by the corporations. It's literally, I mean, Loki kills it every morning. I try to, I usually listen after the fact. Most mornings are just insanely busy, thankfully, because it's Labor Day weekend. This morning was a little bit less crazy. So I was beyond humbled and thrilled that you asked me to come on, Loki. I just can't even put into words how incredible it is that you would take time out of your day to just listen to me. So it's truly, truly amazing. And I just thank you so much to both of you and to the entire chat. Everybody in this family, in this community is just amazing. And even when they disagree, they go at it for a minute and, you know, then they slam their horns together and drink some ale, and it's great.
Indeed.
So I think that's been the best part of this community and FNT, and the guys are really supportive, and they all have different viewpoints, and they all have different expertise that they can bring to the conversation. And so finding that right balance has been really actually the reward in and of itself, because you get to learn what it is that helps make people tick. And even if it's not a well-oiled machine, it still has oil in there, so it runs it all.
Well, that's tough, and you got a tough group of guys. I mean, that is a tough Friday night, you know, lineup. Very tough. So I mean, I don't know how you do it. You must have like 3 or 4 screens up at the same time. I don't know. Crazy.
Nope, just the one laptop right now. I'm working on multiple screens.
Wow. So what does the future hold? What are your goals going forward in the next, going forward?
Oh, goodness. So, like I said, I'm going to drop another video. My channel is going to be more like, you and I have talked about this, Mexican. We're nerds sort of a different breed. I mean, I love pop culture is my deal, but when I see pop culture, I see things. Oh, bye, Lorena Creel. Thank you for coming. And, when I watch certain pop culture things, the thing that I'm focused on is what was the driving force behind this? Did you want to tell a good story? Did you want to make money? Did you want to shove it full of agenda? Yep. And the numbers, here's the thing. You can look at data and you can extrapolate what you want to make it sound in your favor, but when you look at the hard data, it doesn't lie. And when you look at trends, they don't lie either. So for anybody to think that this downward spiral that Disney has been on since about 2010, I would say, I mean, for them to think that Disney is suddenly going to buck this trend on their own, that is wishful thinking.
I completely agree, because you've got this whole thing with Boyega. We just heard them, Lady Gravemaster. We just heard them talk about the 7 pillars of diversity and wokeness at Disney. And then they shrink him on a poster. They marginalize his character. Could you imagine a special ops stormtrooper, a complete total badass that learns the truth about his origins, learns that he has something called the Force, turns around, becomes a Jedi, and completely flips his character? And they crapped all over that in the name of the Force's female diversity and wokeness.
Yep, exactly, Loki. They're not gonna. Disney is not gonna get away from this trend on their own. And for John Boyega to come out and say that, honestly, I think the only person who would have had a greater effect, and she already kind of stepped out and said that, Star Wars has made her career more difficult, is Daisy Ridley, because she was their like, most people related to Poe or Finn better. I mean, let's just be real here. They felt shunted when it came to the original trilogy cast. You didn't see Luke hardly at all in the first one. They killed Han in the most just pathetic and terrible way possible.
I thought he wanted an end with meaning. That's what he told George Lucas back in Return of the Jedi. I want an end that has meaning. I want to sacrifice myself.
Yep.
And that's not what happened in this either. That's not what happened in The Force Awakens.
It's not at all what happened. And so, and then the way that they just destroy. So with knowing what Carrie Fisher struggled with in her real life, I mean, it was already terrible that Luke died basically ODing on the Force. But to have Leia die the same way when her own personal demons in real life were what they were was just utterly tone deaf and horrific storytelling. And, you know, exactly Project Storytime. That's what I was going to say. You know, someone asked me if I blame Daisy for Rey. No, I don't. Like, Daisy Ridley is an actress. She did what the directors told her to do. She worked with what the writers gave her, and they didn't give her much. I mean, you know, so for them to, you could see it on that interview on her face when they asked, like, what is your opinion of how this all ends? And she had such a painstaking smile on her face, and that like you could tell that was a laugh of heartbreak. And so poor Daisy, you know, she sort of came out and was like, yeah, I didn't really have the I didn't really have any job offers, and everything I auditioned for, I got nothing. And so she already kind of let slip that Disney Wars has basically been a black stain on her. But, you know, John Boyega just came out scorched earth style. And, you know, that's something that I think more stars need to do, because I don't know if the actors have realized it yet. I don't know that Hollywood has recognized it yet. I know Disney hasn't recognized it yet. Disney's power is a tenth of what it used to be, which is still an extreme amount of power, but it's nowhere close to the influence and power that they had before. There was a point in time where if Disney announced anything, if they announced a show, or if they announced a new toy line or a new princess, I mean, people would flock to it. But that's not the case nowadays. They have to go back to like they had to do a Frozen 2 because they knew that would pull in money. They had to, like, they have to lean on these already established characters because they are creatively bankrupt. They are killing their franchises because they're going for Mexican Iron Man. I know you can back me up on this. The biggest rule when it comes to entrepreneurship and marketing is you do not sacrifice your current market, your cash cows, for the elusive market that you can't even prove is there.
I can actually tell you myself. From my experience in my own accounting firm, I decided back in 2000, was it 7, 8, 9? I decided to go into retail, and I opened up 12 retail tax stores versus sticking with my bread and butter, which are business owners who make $1 million and up and doing their taxes. I decided to go a little H&R Block style in Hispanic communities. Lost $2.5 million, and then the market crashed. The real estate market crashed at the same time. It was awful. All because I said, "Oh man, this looks great, and life's gonna be good." Oh man, boom, boom. Hey, so do you think, like, with the George Lucas stuff, some people have said with the amusement parks closed, which has historically been the cash cow, that there's talk now that, like, George Lucas coming in isn't just about saving Star Wars, but it might just very well be about saving Disney via Star Wars.
Yeah, it very well could be. Honestly, that's why, like, did you notice I will say this, the excitement for Mandalorian Season 2 over just a simple banner is greater than anything that the entire Disney trilogy or the 2 independent films were ever able to pull, with the exception of Force Awakens, and that had nothing to do with Force Awakens and had everything to do with the already established built-in fan base that wanted more Star Wars. That is where the hype came from for Force Awakens. And when they crapped all over it and they just completely trampled on every single fan's expectations, love for the entire saga, and the original trilogy characters, by far, they slit their own throats when it came to Star Wars.
Don't forget, though, Lady Gravemaster, don't forget the famous Geeks and Gamers Jeremy video where he watched the trailer for The Last Jedi and was almost in tears saying Rian Johnson is a genius.
Yep.
And this is going to be great because I'm that old school that I remember that. That's what signed me up to Geeks and Gamers. I was like, holy crap. He's watching the trailer and he's freaking out. I love this guy. And then we found out what the movie was about.
Yeah. It was so. I've said this on a couple of. I've said this a couple of times. Yeah, he did delete that video for good reason. I remember it though, and you can't blame. That's something that Hollywood is really good at, is misdirection. Like, you can take the best parts of a film, or you can take what you thought were epic lines with no context, and put them in a trailer and make them look epic. But then when you get the context around them, the whole film was just utter trash. I didn't even watch it in theaters. A friend of mine got off deployment and came over to visit, landed stateside, came over for a visit and was like, hey, this dropped on Netflix a couple days ago. I haven't seen it. Will you watch it with me? I was like, okay, I'll watch it with you. But I was like, I wasn't a fan of Force Awakens. And they were like, oh, no, it'll be fine. And we were like 15 minutes into the film, and they were like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, well, we're in this already, so we may as well, see if it saves itself. And it never did. It never saved itself. And there was that brief moment where Luke shows up, and you're like, oh my God, they actually did know Luke's character. And like, this is the Luke that we've been waiting to see. And then they just, but anyway, like, yeah, no, the where Disney Wars lost it for me, my entire excitement and my passion and any care that I could have given for Disney Wars was about 20 minutes into Force Awakens, I think is when it happened, when Finn finds Rey and they're running around with Beach Ball 8, and they're like, okay, yeah, we need to go. And then, so they call the Millennium Falcon junk or trash or whatever the line was. Now, if you want to say that everybody that lived on that was scavenging on that planet, that was there, didn't know that it was the Millennium Falcon and didn't know what a YT-1300 was, okay, fine. But Finn, who was kidnapped at birth and literally regimented into this order, into the First Order, who is led by Kylo Ren, there's no way that Finn isn't going to know what model the Millennium Falcon is, because when you train an army, you have to give them a legion, whatever it is, you have to give them fixation points. You have to make very clear what the symbolism for your enemy is, and you have to make very clear that they are the enemy. They were, there's no way, because Kylo Ren, his father's ship, he's going to make that a fixation point. It is a symbol of the Alliance and the Rebellion. It was against the Empire and now the First Order. There's no way that Finn isn't going to recognize that model on sight, because Kylo Ren would have had every single YT-1300 hunted down, captured, or destroyed. That's it, because it is the symbol of the enemy. And to destroy the symbol of the enemy is a massive, massive psychological blow to your enemy and a boon to your side. So that's where they lost me. Because there's no way that Finn wasn't going to recognize that on sight, because it would have been ingrained in him from the get-go.
You couldn't tell. When you left the military, you left as what? Staff sergeant? What were you?
Sergeant.
Yeah. Sergeant. So yeah, it's tough for military people to watch some of that stuff. How about storing all the ships underneath water? There you go.
Oh yeah. I'm
Let's put all the tanks and infantry vehicles underneath water.
Well, not rolling the ship 90 degrees when you have infiltrators on the top deck. All they had to do was roll the ship 90 degrees to port or to starboard. And
we had to roll them because we had the Space Forces.
So, Lady Gravemaster, do you remember the late, great, one of my favorite actors, Max von Sydow, was in The Force Awakens?
Yes. Oh my gosh.
They completely wasted him in this 2-minute role. And there was all this conjecture that he was from Mandalore, that he was from the planet Mandalore, that he was connected to the Duchess of Mandalore, and that Rey was the granddaughter of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep.
Could you have imagined if they'd have done that instead of making her a Palpatine?
Oh, it would have been incredible. It really would have helped save, honestly, everything. Like, it wasn't a trilogy. Like, if you watch it, there is no continuity between these films. And RJ and JJ clearly have a beef with each other, and you can see that in their writing. You can see that in the films. And the trilogy suffered. The actors suffered. There was poor Daisy Ridley. Like, I genuinely, like, I really feel for John Boyega, because he was basically, he was, what was done to him was everything that Hollywood and Disney claimed to be against. They built the entire hype and first movie around him. He was picking up the lightsaber. He was battling the First Order. He was the one who, like, woke up from these regimented training of this evil First Order. They built
Exactly. The first 15 minutes, the first 15, 30 minutes had him doing so many different things. Like, wow, where's this going to go?
Exactly. And there's no payoff whatsoever. And so I definitely feel for John Boyega, because I think there was a massive disservice done to him. But people seem, because people hate the character of Rey so much, because the writers did, the directors, the writers, everybody did such a terrible job with her, that people seem to forget how badly, this has affected Daisy Ridley's career. She came out, like I said, she couldn't get a job after Rise of Skywalker. But, there's this whole thing. She had to embody this character. And, remember when Mark Hamill, he, for 40 years, like decades, he was at Comic Cons, he was at Star Wars Celebration, he was Luke. He would go to just all of these things, and he would promote, like, he genuinely loved Luke, he loved Star Wars, he was invested in it. And then, they completely just gutted his character. Have you seen anyone from this trilogy come out and be that supportive or that involved in any kind of marketing or promotion, or being like, this was the character that changed my life, it turned my career around, or this is the quintessential, this is my paragon character, and everything else will never really be able to compare to that? Nobody has come out and said that.
They had that they had that poor guy running around like with that stormtrooper outfit, like he was like got like Tom Cruise and one of Tom Cruise. Tom's always running around in his like Mission Impossible movies. He's just running. So he was just and poor Daisy, she really gave a lot of energy and heart out. Now I understand that story where she went out to her car and cried when she saw how they were. Now I get it, because you got to say she was trying. She was grasping for emotion, and she was digging deep, and and trying hard and doing company but good God.
Well, could you imagine how the dynamic would have changed if Luke handed her lightsaber back to her, said, I will not train you because of what happened with his nephew. He would not train her. And then, because Leia recognized her name and knew who she was, she tells Luke, my grandfather was Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it stops Luke in his tracks. He turns around and says, follow me, and then actually trains her, because of it. It's a complete 360-degree turn to a circle to, I am now training the man who originally found me and trained me. The man that looked over me on Tatooine, I'm now training his granddaughter to lead the next generation. That would have changed the dynamic of the game.
Absolutely. Yeah. They could have both, this whole dyad thing that they tried to pull in the third film, they could have easily made Finn and Rey the dyad, or whatever it was called. I've never seen Rise of Skywalker, and I will never watch Rise of Skywalker. I don't.
That's something they pulled out of their ass just for this movie.
Yeah,
it was never in the EU. It was never mentioned. It was never brought up. This is something they pulled straight out of their ass for this movie, and it's never even explained correctly.
No, and there are enough leaks. Here's the thing. I have no desire to see Rise of Skywalker, but I have the gist of everything that happens, because there were enough leaks that I basically have already seen the movie, and I just remember when I just remember the Raylo outrage. I can't even believe that's a thing, but the Raylo outrage when, I guess he's Ben at that point, when Ben and Ray kiss, and then he just disappears. And they were mad.
Yeah. This is so awful. All right. Well, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Lady Gravemaster. We are so proud of you, and we support you 100%. It's a huge achievement. I think my first video got like 20 views.
That's awesome.
And for you to get 5,000, that's just absolutely insane. And the fact that you already have the subscribers you need, you just need the watch time. That watch time will come. It will. They'll be beating down the door of your channel to get that watch time. And congratulations. I'm so proud of you. I remember the first time you walked into Valhalla and you were just hanging out in the chat, and now you're doing this. It's absolutely amazing.
Thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are definitely the big part of why I started doing anything, and the chat, the community, really all of the credit goes to all of you guys, because I'm just a nobody in podunk middle America who has some stuff to say and is thankful that anybody is even willing to listen.
Well, it's because you have great things to say that you are somebody, and we appreciate you.
I know exactly how you feel, because I felt the same way, and I put this off. Like I said, I was there at the beginning of the Fandom Menace. I was there before Jeremy and Ethan and Jeff were working together, and I did not. I kept thinking that, Lady Gravemaster. I kept thinking, who's ever going to want to listen to me? Who's going to want to listen to me? Honestly, who wants my opinion? And I just eventually got fed up and tired of it, and I said, I'm going to use my voice, and I got a lot of encouragement from people on YouTube, and I'm here, and I'm fighting the good fight, and so are you.
You are doing an amazing job, and I really appreciate it for all of your support and kindness and direction and advice. And you guys are all amazing. You deserve this and so much more, Loki. I can't wait to see your channel really blow up.
No, I can't wait to see yours do exactly the same thing. Thank you, Lady Gravemaster.
All right. Well, you gents have a lot of fun, and I gotta go make another dime for the day. So
go beat up Disney.
Yeah, go beat up Disney.
I do need to go beat up Disney. All right, you gents have a great one. Chat, you have an amazing, wonderful time in Valhalla. I love you all, and so much respect for all of you. Really, truly. Take it easy, guys.
You too, Lady Gravemaster. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Lady Gravemaster, ladies and gentlemen.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Super solid. I haven't seen Lars or Chopper Dan. It's good. I think wherever you sent them, it looks like they've been busy. Good job.
Well, Chopper Dan's coming back from the island.
Yeah, maybe they'll welcome. Maybe they'll just go welcome him over on the helicopter pad.
Indeed.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go reload my coffee real quick. Let's see. I don't know what's on deck next. We got the fandom part 2 of the DC fandom. That's next Saturday. It's a week from tomorrow, right?
Yep, that is next Saturday. That is 1 week from tomorrow.
And we wanted to invite anybody. Well, they haven't released a schedule yet, have they? The calendar for what
it's not a schedule.
What? What do you mean?
What I mean is, it's what you want when you want.
Huh?
It's going to be like the Netflix event.
Oh, God. They're just going to throw all the content up?
They're going to throw all the content up at once. You will be able to pick and choose. But you know what? I think that's going to be a good thing.
That'll be
because it lets us have panels. And guys, if you want to be on any of these panels, let us know. Let me and Mexican Iron Man know. And 24/7, we are working with 24/7 Fusion Media on this. He's right there in chat, folks. Let us know if you are interested in being on a panel. We are going to have hosts, but those hosts will run those panels, and we'll all get to talk about it after the panel's done. So we'll have time to set panels up, do what we want,
great,
and have one epic party on one epic.
It'll be a relaxed 12 hours instead of a furious 9.
Yes.
Awesome. So we'll take signups. All right. Well, everybody contact the boss and let the boss know. And if you can go 2, 3, 4, long ass, hours, and take a long shift, that's great too. We had NB Geek did a 2-hour stand up, I think, sometime in the afternoon. He was there most of the day. It was hilarious. I've heard it like 10 times now on my way back from work. And Clobber Time was there too. We had a lot of people. It was a great day. It was a great, great day. But we encourage you.
Latino Slant too. Latino Slant was there. Mad Mama there. Mads was there. It was absolutely wonderful. We had Purple Valkyrie. She did a wonderful job on the. It was the. Oh, what panel was it? It was the. I keep wanting to say Doctor Sleep. It's not Doctor Sandman. It was the Sandman panel.
Yeah. Yep. And hey, if you haven't done a lot of chatting or streaming on your channel and you want to practice, hey, it's a great way because there'll be like 5 or 10 of us, type of thing. You know what I mean? Hey, wait, someone's the buzzer. Let me go check out. Someone's trying to get in on the front. I'll be right back. I don't know who it is. Hold on, let me see who's up at the front.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for sticking with us. I think someone is at the door. Mexican Ironman has gone to check to see who is at the door. And he's even muted his mic. Something must be happening. I don't know what's going on. Robert Berlinden. I hope I said your name correctly, Robert. I don't know why people are still crying about Marvel and DC. American comics have been a circle jerk for decades and haven't produced any new IP to speak of. They have been completely self-absorbed. I completely agree with that. They have been completely self-absorbed, except for the independents. The independents have been doing one hell of a job, and I completely support a lot of the independent comic book creators going around right now. NB Geek, let's talk. Loki, what did he not see? American Gothic, don't open the door. Yeah, don't open the door. Mexican Iron Man, what are you doing? What are you doing? He still hasn't come back yet. He might just be gone. Who knows? It puts the iron thong on its skin or it gets the hose again. Definitely in trouble. And yes, he is back. Welcome back, Mexican Iron Man.
I don't know, boss. Just come on in. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I'm not going to say anything.
Hola, Senor Loki.
Oh, Brown Lantern. Welcome, Brown Lantern. How are you doing, brother?
Fine.
How has Mexican Iron Man been treating you?
Bad. Very bad.
Very bad. What have you been doing to this poor kid, Mexican Iron Man?
You know what? He's okay. So he has this whole concept where he thinks that just because he works here and is like, pulling tortillas and, running errands for us, like he thinks he's actually supposed to get paid. America is under attack from the Chinese virus beer thingy. America is under attack by domestic terrorists everywhere. And you should just be lucky that you have a roof over your head and a couch to sleep on. And that's what I say.
I think you ran off Brown Lantern.
I think I kind of intimidate him. I think. Oh God! All right, here, he can come sit here. Hold on, let me. Okay, hold on. You know what? I'll give you guys a minute or two. You can tell him who he is and introduce him to everybody. But he better pick all the tortillas he was supposed to this morning.
Well, I mean, I don't. He's not even in the studio. I think
he ran out.
He ran.
What is he not used to see the Mexican? If he's not used to see a grown Mexican man with a thong, then I don't even know what we can say about the next generation of America's leaders.
You were walking around in your thong.
Oh, you can't see me because you're behind the thing. Oh no, here, let me stand up. Here, see, boss.
Oh, Mike.
Oh, sorry. Oh, too much imagery.
Oh, dude. No.
Okay. Hold on. Let me do the Men in Black, thing. We'll call it the Men in Brown thing here. Is the memory gone?
Yeah, the memory's gone. Purple Valkyrie, you scared him off, Mexican Iron Man.
You need some Pepto-Bismol. Well, I mean, I don't know this guy. He's like, where's the bus?
Oh, there he is.
All right, I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes because obviously I'm intimidating the kids. So I'll be right back. I'm going to go get
sorry,
some
Senor Loki. My phone overheated. This phone I borrowed from Mexican Iron Man overheated.
What? You got my phone?
See?
Oh my god! I'm gonna get some coffee. I'll be back.
Wow. Well, it must be pretty interesting working for Mexican Iron Man. Did he mute you? Is he trying to silence you, Brown Lantern? And Speaker for the Dead, I just opened my mouth just a little. Is he trying? He silenced him. Can you believe this shit? Might need some manscaping. Yes. Are you back, Brown Lantern? Did you break through Mexican Iron Man's interference?
See, he is doing things to me that he should not be doing. He is trying to close me down.
He's trying to close you down. Who would have ever thought Mexican Iron Man would be this dastardly?
He is evil, man.
Well, what has he got you doing?
Picking tortillas, cutting Mr. Adega's lawn, going to Miss Samantha Jones to cut her lawn. Whatever he asked me to do, I do.
So he's got you doing his work.
See?
Holy shit. Guys, if you want to see Brown Lantern rise in the ranks of Valhalla and get away from Mexican Iron Man, throw a 1 in chat. Throw us a 1 in chat if you want to see this brave Brown Lantern break away from Mexican Iron Man and not have to do Mexican Iron Man's work anymore. Throw us a 1 in chat. Brown Lantern 1 from Adego, 1 from Purple Valkyrie, 1 from Sit Room, 1 from Gun Bunny, 1.5 from Dave Bob, 1 from Chris Versia, MB Geek Let's Talk, 1.
Oh dear.
Project Storytime 2. I don't know what that means. Keely Chow 1. Captain Shrek 1, Chris Cook 2, Jedi Bill 1, Colin 1, 1, 1. We've got ones. Uno from MB Geek, Let's Talk. 1 from Dan, 1 from 24/7 Fusion Media. Nina Green throws a 1. Not Ryan Johnson throws a 1. Jedi Bill. I'm going to have to talk to Mexican Iron Man. I am about to talk. So tell us a little bit about where you came from, Brown Lantern.
I came from Tijuana. My father, he was Lucha Libre, and my mother, well, she was in a donkey show.
A donkey show.
See?
Let's not go into that.
See? Sorry, Senor Loki.
So how did you get here?
It was an accident. Well, I was at the border trying to cross because I was embarrassed of my parents, and saw Mexican Iron Man, and I went to go see him and climbed on a fence, and he shot me and knocked me out.
He shot you.
See?
Mexican Iron Man.
And then they put me on a bus to deport me to Guatemala, and I got out the window and fell out, and I woke up, and a family took me in.
Wow. How in the hell did you meet up with Mexican Iron Man?
He's my hero.
And the Brown Lantern says impostor, impostor, impostor.
What is these?
That's the Brown Lantern. Who's the Brown Lantern?
I'm the Brown Lantern. That is not the Brown Lantern.
And Project Storytime says hashtag Mexican Iron Man did nothing wrong.
That is a lie. Mexican Iron Man has me picking tortillas.
And the Dig Outlaw says Tijuana is a fun place, just avoid the federales.
Oh no federales. No Lori. No Lori.
And Joseph Nash says that is a harrowing story, Brown Lantern.
Thank you, Joseph.
So what are your plans now, Brown Lantern? What are you going to do? What are your plans for the future?
Make some money, drive around this fine country, and get this anklet off my ankle. Could you help me with that, Mr. Loki?
Did Mexican Iron Man put an ankle bracelet?
No. Federales put ankle bracelet on my knee, on my ankle.
That is absolutely insane. I don't think I can help you take that off, but I know Mexican Iron Man's got some tech in the lawnmower shed. Check the lawnmower shed. That's where he keeps all his tech.
He won't let me go in there. He keeps it locked and brings the lawnmowers out when we need them.
Oh my Lord, guys, we gotta help. We gotta help Brown Lantern get away from Mexican Iron Man. The power of the brown lantern ring. Wait a minute. The brown lantern. I am the true brown lantern imposter.
That is. Oh no. Oh no. It's Iron Man Mexicanos.
Hey, you guys been making friends, and don't say too many good, loving things about me while I was gone.
What have you been doing to this poor kid? You shot him. He fell off a fence.
Okay, well, hold on. Everybody knows Mexican Iron Man's in charge of making sure this border gets built. Okay, no one's talking about it anymore. But I'm down there, 100-degree heat and all summer long, and not going a lot of help here.
Don't worry, Brown Lantern. Apparently, Darth Monkey O'Rath knows how to hack that ankle bracelet.
Anything coming across the border without papers gets shot at by me. That's the way it is. That's my job. That's So I didn't know. Well, actually, I'm still learning things about this kid.
So why?
I'm his mentor. I'm mentoring him. I'm treating him like, like a young Mexican son of mine.
Oh yeah, that you're making flour tortillas in a field and blowing Adega and Samantha Joe's yard.
Well, yeah, boss, I got to free up more time to help you with your stuff. You know what I mean? And plus I got my boys over at Echo Base Network, and they're restarting their shows, and Mexican Iron Man needs some reinforcements. He can't be everywhere at one time.
Well, wait a minute. Why isn't Brown Lantern helping with that instead of mowing lawns and picking tortillas?
Because Brown Lantern, look. I'm helping the kid out. Look with the tank. You know how Tony Stark went and helped Spider-Man with his suits, right? Right, and I got all of Tony's leftover shit from the Mark, 50s and all that with my suit. Okay, well, I'm helping Brown Lantern get his suit together. You know what I mean?
He got me a 74 Ford Maverick.
Yeah, he's got a 74 Ford Maverick with an AC Delco battery that helps charge his ring.
How rusted is that car, Mexican Iron Man?
Well, I don't think we should focus on the rust of the car as much as we should focus that I got him an AC Delco battery. It's on sale for $39.99.
If he hits 50 miles an hour in that thing, that car's going to fly apart.
No, he puts the lawnmowers in the back and he pushes the car to wherever it is the job.
Wow.
So when he has to go to Sam Joe's, Brown Lantern's able to use the car, the Maverick, and he can put him in the trunk in the back seat. And now he has it's like a big cart. The Maverick. We'll tell him, Brown Lantern.
I'm scared, Iron Man Mexicano.
Oh, dude, I have no idea, Latino slant. I had no idea you could pick tortillas.
See. Out in the tortilla fields in Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah, but they love Mexicans.
Wait a minute. Mike, please explain something, Mexican Iron Man.
Yeah.
Why do we have a Brown Lantern in chat that says falso Brown Lantern? I would never esclavo, and we've got Brown Lantern on the show.
Hey, don't ask me. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Don't ask. I have nothing. I gotta go, guys. Oh my God! Look, it's already 7:00. Oh, look, the show's almost over now. Hey, you know what, Brown Lantern? He's got a new suit, and with his new suit, he's starting to get superpowers. So guess what his first superpower is?
The Brown Lantern superpower is impostor. It must be to be an imposter because we've got Brown Lantern in chat saying imposter.
Oh, that's his buddy over at Echo Base Network using the graphics behind the scenes. You little he's got my code. He's got my code, Loki. That's Coach or Nick trying to go to help out little Brown Lantern over here. Well, anyways, if with Brown Lantern, you should be proud because now with the new suit and the AC Delco battery, bro, let me tell you, no one cuts lawns like he cuts lawns like no one on this planet has ever seen before.
And trees, Mexican Iron Man.
Yeah, and he trims trees. It's like imagine if the Flash all of a sudden started a landscaping business. Imagine.
You're nuts. You're absolutely
and I'm supporting
nuts.
diversity by putting a Latino, a Latino like Brown Lantern here, as the face of the business.
Oh, the Brown Lantern in chat said Nick.
No, it's Nick or Coach. It's one of those two. Whatever. Anyway, let's see. So, I think that our time here with Brown Lantern has been just awesome. Right?
See?
I'm sure you said lots of nice things about me while I was gone, sir.
Eh,
Uh-huh.
I told the truth.
He told the truth. Shame, Mexican Iron Man. Shame. Lori, if you're still out there, why don't you call
Lori. No.
What did you tell her about? What did you tell him about Lori?
The truth?
Brown Lantern. Lori is wonderful. She
No
just
federal-
Locked me in a
like,
freezer for 2 days. She locked me
No.
in a freezer.
No federales. No Lori. No.
No, Lori is not a federale. Lori is not a federale. What have you been telling him? This is insane, Mexican Iron Man.
Loki,
Shame.
Loki,
Shame.
you can rely on me to implement things the way it needs to happen. All right. Well, I thank everybody for being here. So I'm gonna go check on Chopper Dan and Lars, and it's getting a little too hot in here. And bye, everybody. See you tomorrow.
And he just left, just like that. All right. Well, Brown Lantern, thank you so much for being here. Chat, thank you so much for being here. I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope that you get to party, you get to rest, whatever it is you want to do. And I hope to see each and every one of my Patreon supporters there tomorrow for the party. Thank you so much, everyone. You all have a great weekend, and we will catch you next Monday for Mornings of Mischief. Take care, everybody.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.